seeing how the bike's in bits, it's a perfect opportunity to get these Ultimate Addons heated grips fitted. I've decided to go Ultimate Addons because on the Bandit, the button that I had on the heated grips, it was the premium ones, and they were £200. It was quite hard to press when you had your gloves on, and even at that, they didn't get as hot as the normal Oxford ones, the ones that you've got the little control box. So after a bit of research, I went and bought the Ultimate Addons grips. So we'll get them fitted, and this box is a bit dusty. So first things first, bar ends. I need to get these bar ends out. Now, I've never taken bar ends off on the V Strom yet, but if they're anything like the Bandit, you only undo it so much and then pull the whole lot out. I made the mistake with the GSX to undo the screw totally, and ended up losing the nut and the rest of the gubbins inside the handlebars, and I don't want that this time. So I'm just going to undo it just gently and then see if I can pull it out, draw it out. Now this is quite a chunky one. Is it going to be this one? Yes. Right, I'll be taking these off again in about a week's time to fit handguards to it. I thought this bike came with handguards, but obviously it didn't. Oh god, that was tight. Right, I'm not going to go mental. Right, that's not going to come out. Let's see if it comes out now. That looks like it screws right in, actually, to be honest. Yeah, they must have changed the design. On the Bandit one, it had little rubber. Like washer things that when you tightened it, there was a nut on the back of it that pulled the rubber and it squeezed it, and that's what gripped the inside of the bar. But with this, it screws right into the bar. Turn that so you can see it. So yeah, it screws right in, which I think's a better idea. So bar end weight off. That was relatively easy. Now I need to try and coax this off. The way I done it the last time with the Honda was WD-40. Sprayed that in there. Let me dig out the WD-40. I've got the GT85 and a screwdriver, so I'm going to try and create a gap in there and spray some stuff into it. I don't want to rip these what do you call it, grips. I don't want to rip them if I can help it. Right, so that's sprayed in there. Just go around it, see if I can break the glue. That's went right round. Right, that's went all the way around, so hopefully that'll come out. That came off really easy. Now I'll need to clean this off. This is the old glue, so I'll need to clean that off. And I've saved the handguard. The handguard, that's what I want to fit next. I've saved the grip, just in case I want to put it back without heated grips. Can't see any reason why I would want to do that, right enough, but yeah. Right, move on to the other side. Hopefully that side will come off just as easy. Tight. Yep, that's just the same. I think this is a far better idea than this silly the system they had before. So there we go, that's that one off. Now same again with the throttle tube side. Now this will be hooked over. It'll be hooked over this, so if I get a thin screwdriver, try and unhook it from here, the end of the throttle tube. So I don't want to damage them, or the throttle tube for that matter. Right, I've got to start. They've glued it right on at the end. There we go. Right, I'm just being careful here so that I don't damage it. Right, that's off. That might even pull off. No, it won't. Right, I'm just working the screwdriver around it. Right, let's get some spray in there, and that should slip off as well. Well, that was the plan. Right, is that going to be enough? Lovely. See how easy that is? Easy peasy. Right, that's the second one. I'll get this cleaned up, and I'll clean up the glue off the other side as well. I'll just use some thinners or white spirit or whatever. I'll see what I've got lying about. Right, to get the glue off of this, I've got some standard thinners. So I'll give this a try, and hopefully the thinners will melt the glue off it. Just using the wife's best towel. Right, got some thinners on this. Yeah, it's starting to come off. Just give that a few minutes. Yeah, that's it, starting to melt the glue now. So I'll just crack on and get this off. Right, that's the glue in that off it. So let's see how well they fit. Now this is the first time I've ever fitted the Ultimate add-ons or tried them, so I'm hoping they're as good as people say they are. Well packaged anyway. Right, we don't need that. Right, how's this all held together? Right, that'll come open. Bloody hell. That'll come out. And that'll come out. Right. Obviously there'll be two different sizes, a thick one and a thin one. The thicker one will be for the throttle, and the thinner one will be for this side. Oh, that's not going to take a lot of glue. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut that wire off there, because we don't need it. Right, cable tie, I should have said, not a wire. Now again, these have got two spades on them. Well, one's got a ring in it, and I don't know if I've broke the end of that off. That might have had a ring pull on it, I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway, because I'll be cutting that off and tapping that into the Heltec box. Right, this one is the throttle side, this one is the bar end, the clutch side. Right, these ones are 120mm by the way. My mate, John fitted Ultimate Add-ons as well, and he recommended 120 because that's what he fitted, so that's what I'm fitting. Oh, that's tight. I don't think I'm going to need glue on that. If anything, I'm going to need bloody lube. Maybe some soapy water. Yeah, soapy water I think. Right, that's that one. Let's see how we're cooking with gas with the throttle tube side. So if I spin you round, we'll see you on the throttle side. Right. I might have to trim this. This doesn't hook over on that. Might have to file this down a little, because I can't get it over. I don't want to break the throttle tube. Yeah, I'm going to have to file this down. No hardship. So yeah, and it's a bit late at night for using power tools, so it's going to be a hand job if I file. Right, let me get some soapy water for this side and we'll get that on. Right, that was a quick find. Soapy water. There's not a lot of soap in that, but it might be enough to let it go on. Oh, that is tight. Spray some in there. Spray some on that bar. Right, let's see if this helps. To be having the bike on the paddock stand, I can be a little bit heavy-handed with it. Oh jeez, that is tight. Tell you what, I'm going to get some more soap. Oh god, that's tight. Woo. Right, I'm going to steal some of the wife's soap. Be back in a minute. Right, soap. Don't need a lot. And the idea is hopefully the soap will dry up. That's tight. That is very tight. Right. That was tight. Very tight. Right, I may as well just tighten that bar end while I'm here. Like that. I could maybe even just cut that bit off. We'll see. I'll leave it now. I might just cut that bit there off. It looks a bit meh. That might annoy me. Right, that's that one on. So I'll tie that to the loom there and get you round so you can see. Right, I'm going to it's too late at night to use power tools, so I'm just going to file this off. I'm going to chuck a cover over that tank just in case anything slips. I don't want to damage it. Right, let's start filing. Right, I've had to strip off because I'm sweating. I've done a little bit here. Filed off the ribs and a little bit that was lip, if you want to call it, that was sticking out round there. So that'll go on. So I'm going to continue filing the ribs. I'm just finishing this off with some sandpaper. I've got rid of all the ribs that are on it, and just doing the final rub with some sandpaper to hopefully let this grip slide right on. I have been trying it in between because obviously I don't want to take too much off. So yeah, that's perfectly round. There's no rough bits in it. Right. Right, that looks good. Let's see how that goes now. That's better. That's practically right in. Right. I don't like that bit. And ideally it could go in a bit more. Not happy with that, because on the Honda the grip went over it. Let's take this off and have a look at it. No, there's absolutely nothing there. To let that go up. It's bollocks. Because that means I'll be left with that. I'd like to get rid of that though. That is a bit shite, eh? Let's give it another final little sand at the back. That looks pish, doesn't it? That does, that looks dog shite. I think I might just cut that little bit off there. And if I bugger it, I'll need a new throttle tube. That's keek. Ideally I need to cut that off. Fuck it, get the fucking Dremel out. Right, I've started taking this ridge off, and I've got the Dremel. I've changed the attachment on it, so I'm going to try and tidy this up and make it smooth so that I can try and get that grip to slide right in and over this. So we'll give it a bash. Might take a while because there's a lot to take off. Right, that seems to be working, so I'll just plod away at this and get the rest of that off. Right, I've now just about got there, and that's starting to look good. That ridge there's totally gone, and I'm just left with a little shoulder there. So a few more rubs of the sandpaper. I've managed to find a strip here, and this is working quite well, just for making it smooth. So this should let the grip slide right to the end. Right, here we are. This tube is it's been modified. So I've got rid of the little ridge here on the at the end of the throttle tube, and that is not perfectly round like, but it's as good as. So now when I slide this grip on, that should go more or less right to the end, and there'll be no ridge sticking up. So yeah, that's okay. Right, I'll put you back in the tripod and we'll slide that on, and hopefully that'll work. Right, now for the moment of truth. How will it look? There we go. Right, let's get you in. Right, that looks okay, eh? So there's no double ridge there. Yep. Will it turn? Yeah. Right, we'll get this glued into position. That's quite tight as it is anyway. And this one, that's rock solid. I can't even move that. If I could get that on just a little bit more, that would be great. Just so I can clean in there. But if not, I'll get that clean. Right, let's get that glued on. No, in fact, let's test them first. Right, we're now down to the funder box again. So I'm going to cut the end of this off, not inside the bike, and we'll strip this bit of wire. Teeth make a good stripper. That might be a bit long, so we'll trim that a little. not inside the bike. And same with this one. Right, into the funder box. It's not right, come on. These are tiny. There we go. Right, into here. That's that snapped in. This is just a test. And this one. Into here. Right, that's secure. That's secure. Let's get you up. Not that you'll be able to see anything. Right, this grip here. Try starting it. Right, well, it lights up, so that's a bonus. Just need to wait and see if it warms up. Right, I'll cut you off just now, and I'll come back in a minute or so. I'll leave this running. Maybe open that garage door as well. Right, that's been running for about 2 or 3 minutes, and the grips are absolutely boiling. I mean boiling. And I've managed to slide this one up a little bit as well. Just with a bit of brute force. So, now that's turned off, the grips are on. They should go off automatically. Right, the cover's back on the tank. I forgot to glue this grip on. So, what I'll do is I'll take it off just now. And we'll get some adhesive on that. Now in the kit it gives you a little tube of glue, but I've got super glue, so I'll just use my no nonsense super glue. £2.99 I think I paid for that, if that, a few years ago, and that's lasted me a while. The nozzle's melted on it, but it's good stuff. So I'll just put a big blob on it there. And some on there. When I put it on, if I just put a massive blob on, when I turn it, it should spread round. If it doesn't, I can just re-glue it. Right, just twist this on to get the glue to go around it. You want to be quite quick with this. Right, I'm going to have that about there, I think, and have that there. Right, we'll let that glue go off. Hopefully that'll stick. And we'll get this routed through. Take this off now. Get rid of my needle. Right, that's cabling ran for the heated grips. So this grip here, I've cable tied it under here. I'll cut that tail off, I'll pull that tape off there as well. And I've ran it under the existing cables so you can't see it. This little rubbery thing I took that off and then ran the cable in behind these wires here. And same with this side. This side, the cabling for the heated grip looks the same as the trunking on the bike, so that's a wee Brucey bonus. So I've got that tucked in, goes behind the clip there, and or the bracket, and then it goes down into the headstock. The left and right heated grip, they connect to each other again under here, and then the cable runs right along to here. Now this is obviously too long, so what I'll do is I'll snip that. There's no point having wires coiled up inside the bike, especially when they're carrying a high current. So that's what we've got going on with the heated grips. So I'll just cut these tails off. I just left them on just so that I could show you where I taped it or cable tied it up. So I'll get them cut off and start putting this thing back together, and get this tape here off because we don't need it anymore. So yeah, I think that looks not too bad. Not too bad at all. That worked out quite well, trimming that little flange off. So yeah, what I'll do now is I'll get the tank bolted back in, and we'll get this wire cut and fed into the what's it called? Heel Tech. Right, that's heated grips all wired in now. So I've trimmed the cable and wired it into the Heel Tech, and I've just put a little cable tie on there just to keep the three cables all together. That's the spotlights and the heated grips, and I think that's quite a tidy installation, and I'm really pleased at how this turned out. You know, the throttle side. Tested them, they work, so I'm delighted with that. Tank's back on, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the bars back on, because I've got the cables here for the spotlights. So if I get the bars back on, no, in fact get the fairings back on first, then the bars, then the spotlights, and then we can call that one done. Doesn't that look great? It really does. I've got a matte green bike and a matte blue bike. Looks shiny just with the lights. It's just a lighting effect, because in the garage here I've got plenty lights. So I'm going to get the fairings back on it, same as taking them off, just a reverse order, and then we'll get the bars hooked back up, and then we'll get the spotlights on. Anyway guys, I know this has been a long one, but if you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.